About 2 months ago, I went over my 2026 24 goals for the year, and today I wanted to give you a quick little Q1 update. Now, if this is your first time clicking on one of my videos, I'm Aaron and you're watching All Things Aaron. I really appreciate you being here and I hope you have the chance to enjoy my channel. Now, what that means is that you can click down below the subscribe button, you can check out more videos to come, or you can plow through all of my existing videos just to see where we're at in life and keep up to date with what's going on. Well, I've got to be honest, spring is here, and if you can't hear it in my voice, I have been beaten up by the pollen, and week over week, I struggle with staying on top of my sinuses, meaning like taking the right medicine, getting everything cleared out, and it's in my chest, it's in my head. Excuse me, clearing my throat. So we may be clearing the throat and coughing while I'm doing this, but I'm still pushing through. I have some details to go over with you for 2026, just Q1. So just the first 3 months. Now, it really wasn't a full 3 months. It was more like 2 months because I announced this, I think, in the top of February. So I didn't give myself much time, but I think I've accomplished quite a bit in the first quarter. So I wanted to read through these and talk about some of these items just to keep you up to date on where I'm at with my 2026 goals. So I'm going to be reading off of this paper here. I'm going to try and kind of just breeze through some of these items, starting with the financial and savings category. And we had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 total items in this category. And again, this is speed round, so sorry if I don't touch on everything. I'm just kind of going over some highlights. In this category of finances as well as savings, I'm doing fairly well with meeting my goal of paying off my Gap credit card. I wanted to pay off one of my credit cards within this year. My goal now is to try and push it into Q2 as I'm only about $2,500 away from closing that credit card. And ending having to deal with payments on that credit card. So fairly excited about that. And if I can get that done, then I can start making and using that money to go towards other things. I am still 6K away in halfway of my credit card. My main credit card has about 12K on it. And so I want to pay half of it down. But with it being my main credit card that I'm using at the moment, and it has a lot of travel up there from my time doing task force and some future travel as well. It hasn't really moved much. So I'm still making payments on it. I just need to be making a little bit more. So paying off one of these other credit cards is going to help me focus on paying this one. And hopefully by the end of the year, I'm down at least $6,000. Last I checked, I was about 700 away from a $3,000 goal for my cruise in 2027. And this is all in the Capital program, Capital app. So it's what I use to pull money from my main checking account in different ways. So really helpful to have that because I'm able to store that money elsewhere instead of on my actual card. I'm 300 in on $1,000 for the Mazda, and this is for any extra repairs, anytime I go get my car serviced, stuff like that. So my car is due for oil change and service here soon, so I will be using some of that money, but I will continue to fill it up to reach 1,000 by the end of the year. I'm $400 in on 800 for the Christmas cookies and the Christmas gifts. I may bump this up to $1,000 depending on where I land at the end of Q2. And if I meet that before the end of the year, I may bump this up again. It's always good to have extra money around the Christmas time, whether it is for gifts and cookies or if it's just for all of the other activities. There's always a holiday party, whether it be work related or your friends, and there's always someone that you need to get a gift for last minute. So it's nice to have that extra money in my back pocket just to use whenever needed around that time. I'm $75 in to $180 for my registration. And my registration's been pretty consistent between 160 to 190 for the past 3 or 4 years. So I think the lowest, yeah, was about 170 something. So I will be in a good spot as long as nothing changes with that. And having $180, it is set to deposit the month before that I will be at my $180. So I'm right on track for that. No concerns there. I have up here for a new watch. My existing watch dies on me pretty much every day once I'm wearing it all day. And God forbid I run a app on it and track my fitness, track my steps or something like that. It completely shuts down. So I'm trying to get a new watch this year. I'm $250 into $500 towards that goal. And then lastly, my piggy bank. I haven't been putting much into it, but I'm only 200 into $3,000. Lastly was my credit. My current credit, whenever I announced this the first time, was at a 705, and I'm currently looking at a 711. So I'm up 6 points on my credit score. I really like to see that continue going up. And that's only gonna work as I start to pay off a bunch of these credit cards. Next, we'll jump into health and personal development. I had up here to read 2 books, read and or listen to 2 books. I have successfully listened to one, and I may do a video on it in the future. We'll see. But it's called How to Be Everything. And this was diving into being a multi-potential life, someone who has many interests. So I look at myself as someone who has many interests in different categories, and really there are times that I want to mesh them all together. And in the book, it actually talks about that, what type of person that is that pushes all of them together and creates a streamline there, and what's somebody who has a hobby or two and then streamline the other. So it was really interesting to listen to this book. I will definitely be listening to it again. I want to go back and make some notes out of it and really dive into the book, maybe to help me continue my growth and my personal development as reading books. That's the whole purpose that I'm reading these books. It's to add to my personal development. Speaking of reading books, I've got one more that that I picked up, and I've been diving more and more into money, finances, and bettering myself financially. So Your Money or Your Life, and there's a glare on it. There we go. Your Money or Your Life is the book I just picked up. I've seen this on YouTube. I've seen this in a couple of blogs. I'm ready to dive into it. I am hoping that I can start this month diving into this book. My problem with reading is that I get bored very easily. So I will pick this up, read 2 pages, and then I need to get on to something else. So I'm really going to have to probably schedule some time to pick the book up, read it, eliminate distractions, maybe like turn off my cell phone, go into the living room, blanket, hot tea, just relax, read the book. And maybe I'll enjoy it more than trying to do other things, because I constantly feel like I'm starting to read, but something else needs to get done. Or I start reading and, I'm also reading and eating, and then I get distracted. I know, excuses. I'll accept that. Tons of excuses here. That's probably the reason why I don't read much. But continuing on for health and personal development, journaling consistently. This is my journal book. I can't say it's consistent. I have been about every 3 to 4 days. And busier weeks, I absolutely have lost that interest in writing. So I am trying to get back on this train. My goal is to do half of the month. So if it's 30 days for 15 entries out of those 30 days, that was going to be my goal. So I haven't calculated it, but there are several Well, they're not several months. It's only been a few months. There's at least 1 month here of probably like 7 entries in February. And granted, that's the month I started, but I really could have pushed to stay strong that month and at least get half of that, which math. Losing weight. I had 3 milestones in this. I have not gotten to any of them. I don't know why I'm struggling so much with losing weight. I have changed my diet. You've been joining me for some of these weeks, if not weeks to come, of doing meal plans for the week and kind of prepping myself for the week so I don't eat out as much. And I still find that I'm not getting enough in, including my steps goals, which is the next one. I had a goal to go 8 to 10K steps a day, and I'm more like 5 to 7K. But I will say I just joined 2 leagues for volleyball. So my step counts are going to change dramatically once I'm doing that pretty much 3 days a week. And then Ava and I have started going to the gym. Ava has a membership and I am pushing her to go. And by pushing her to go, that means I have to go. So by doing this, hopefully this will help me meet my goals of not only my steps, but also changing the scale on my weight loss. Switching gears to YouTube and content. So I have created a second channel or started a second channel that will be down below or a QR code somewhere here. If you are into plants, I do not want to pull you away from this video, but if you are into plants, click the link down below to that channel or use the QR code, save that, subscribe there, come back here, finish this video, and then go to that channel and start watching those videos. There's some new, some old. I had pulled some of my plant video or all of my plant videos from my main channel here to that channel. So I have one dedicated location for all my plant content. And I really hope that if you are a plant lover, that you subscribe there. I'm going a different approach with this channel. And I'm having a lot more fun with this channel because it's my outlet, really. It's my hobby, being that multi-potentialite that I am. I am taking ownership of that and expressing that through 2 YouTube channels. So really cool to see that. So it's going to be really cool to see the growth there. And I hope that some of you are along on that journey as well. 500 subscribers. I am currently about 300 plus. So I am on track by the end of the year. I'm not sure if I'll meet 1,000 this year, but it's still a goal to reach on this. And getting monetized is still also on this list, but not just yet. 3 videos a month on my main channel. Take a look at the channel. You will see I have been consistent with this so far. I hope to be staying consistent with this moving forward so that you guys have some content to enjoy. Now for the womp womp of all womp womps, travel. Travel this year so far has been a bit rough. There's been quite a few changes going on. The first change was our family trip. We did have a family trip planned, meet up with my parents at a actual event, and that did not go through. We learned some details closer to the end, which was beginning of February, that had to change. And so Ava and I actually got together in San Antonio, which I hope you've seen that video. It's actually my last weekend in San Antonio. We also had Brandon and Elise join us. And if you watch my parents' channel, or if you watch that video, you would know who Brandon and Elise are. Really appreciate all 3 of them joining me for my last true weekend in San Antonio and making it more fun than it was heartbreak that I was leaving that area. But I couldn't count that as any single trip. It wasn't the whole family. It wasn't just Ava by herself. So we still have others on the list, such as my solo trip, a family trip, and then Ava. I am going to Ohio in May, and I hope to bring you guys along with me. But I don't know that I can call that a solo trip, being that I am going to meet up with some old friends from college. and we are going to, well, I'm going to cheer some of them on as they run a race. So I'm not a runner. I'm not a track star. Yeah, none of those. So I won't be going to run, but I will be going to cheer. I will have posters, bells, tambourines, whatever I need, whistles for sure. I think I have the world's loudest whistle in my volleyball bag. So I will be taking that and making a lot of noise. So that is a quick update on Q1. I'm so excited for Q2. There are a couple of small things and changes that are happening in the second quarter, and that's going to be April, May, and June. Again, there's some travel there. There's some changes coming my way, and I'm just excited. I'm excited for the quarter. So I hope that you enjoyed this little catch up and update on my goals. I plan to do these every quarter. And this way you can keep track with me and keep me honest over the next couple of quarters as we go through these goals. Now, again, these goals aren't meant to be checked off and I have to meet them. These are things I'm striving for, things I'm striving to. So if I don't read 2 books, it's not the end of the world. If I don't reach monetization in this calendar year, it's not the end of the world. These are things, though, that I really want to strive to. So these are goals that I am working on throughout this year. Again, I'm working a lot on finances, so there may be some more finance material. Let me know if that's something that you're interested in, or if there's other categories about my daily life or in general that you would like to talk about here on this channel. So let me know that information down in the comments below, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.